Thank you for joining me today. I'm Jerrel. I'm glad you're here with me. Today, I want to discuss one of the most well-known and identifiable anime characters, or any character in media from basically, the past few decades, is Goku from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. This is such a cool character, and in this video, I want to explain why this is basically the perfect character design. It is a great example of how a simple design can be exactly what you need. You don't need to over-design something. You don't need to have too many details. Now, I'm a little bit excited today because I've just received a package in the mail. A few weeks ago, I've ordered a Super Saiyan wig, and I wanted to wear this cool Super Saiyan wig as I've written the script for some videos regarding Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We've been getting a lot of gameplay and trailers regarding the new Dragon Ball game coming out. So I'm just going to unbox the wig so I can share it with you here. But I think I didn't black out the address on the box, so I'll just turn off the webcam while I unbox that, and then we can go over that. And then in the middle of the video, I'll have the wig on. I think it's going to be so cool. The picture on the website was really awesome. It looked like one of the better wigs. So I'll just quickly turn this off here. So I wanted to start out by expressing or explaining the idea of conveyance. Conveyance is what is the design trying to say, and utility is how will this design be used. It is extremely important. Oops, sorry, the box here. Sorry for a second. Just got it. Okay, I got that. So what this is being used for is this started out as a manga, and then it transitioned to an anime. But what is most important is how this character is being used. This character's primary form of interaction and his unique identifying traits are his martial arts. So his design needs to serve the utility of martial arts and the conveyance, the design. What is it trying to tell us? It's trying to tell us this is a strong character. Now, I really like this design from early in Dragon Ball Z. This is the very start where he removes his boots, his weighted shirt, and his wristbands, and it makes him look less prepared. It actually makes him look simpler and less prepared and less dynamic because there is less contrast in terms of the design here. I think it's so interesting. What's great about Dragon Ball designs is that they are not overly complicated. Every single character design is a product of its time, the decade and the cultural space that it's in. It is informed by the media for which it is created and the genre which it occupies. And that is how you end up with designs that look like they come from a particular area. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted with this box here. Okay, I've almost got it open here. So I really like this design because it makes Goku look less prepared than at any other point in Dragon Ball Z. And if you know what happens in the fight with Raditz, spoiler warning, he does die at this point, and it helps from a visual standpoint to build to that point that he wasn't really prepared for that fight. He just wasn't strong enough. This is the design that is, I would say, is most identifiably Goku, but there's a problem here. I don't know if this is a fan art or if this is fan colorized or where this came from. It's actually quite difficult finding images for Dragon Ball because so much fan art comes up on the internet. So I'm just going to compare it to this one here. Now, this is more modern. I believe this was created for Super. Now, I just want to ask you, this one looks right. This one feels right, whereas this one to me doesn't feel right. And I just want to let you have a moment to have a look at that and see for yourself if you can sort of feel out what feels wrong here. Now, I'm just going to set these images to grayscale. We'll have a look at Goku here, and we'll have a look at Goku here. And now do you see what is wrong with this image compared to this one? In this image, we have a nice distribution of tonal ranges. We have a dark tone here, a dark tone with the boots, and a dark mid-tone with these wristbands here. Personally, I like when the waistband or the sash and the wristbands, I personally prefer when they are a bit darker. So the reason why this design works so great is, again, because Goku needs to engage with other characters in with martial arts, the color and the very simple shapes of the wristbands and the sash help us see where his limbs are during a fight. Especially during animation, those help us see where punches are going, where kicks are going. And it's such an effective design. Oh, hold on, I've got the box open. Hold on, the box is almost open. Oh, wow, look at the color. I can see the color of the wig. Oh, the color looks so good. Yeah, hold on. I've almost got this box all the way open. It's just really funny. Oh, wow, look at the color. Wow, look at that. Okay, so I kind of feel this might be fan art or created for the internet, this one particular thing. So something to note is that sometimes when Goku progresses through the series, there's actually different uh, colors that you'll see used that are sort of changed around a bit. For example, on the boots, we have the red line here, we have some rope. And I quite like this because the color of the rope somewhat matches the Super Saiyan hair here. Let's just go ahead and grayscale this. And this is the kind of design I prefer personally. I mean, Goku has a number of varying looks, but I really like when that sash and the wristbands are a little bit darker. Again, it's so great when he's throwing punches. You can see the flurry of color. It makes it easier to keep track and understand visually what is happening. This is, I would say, such an iconic look for Goku, and he has a thin waist, and the reason why this works so well is that it allows separation of shape. It allows us to clearly see where his arms are. You can see the space. If he had a thicker torso, if he was a thick man, it would be harder to see the separation of his arms from his body. If he had thicker legs, it'd be harder to tell. So it's so well considered, and it's so effective at achieving what it sets out to do. And what's so great about Goku's design overall is that he's had a number of different looks throughout the series. No matter how they change it, no matter if the art style changes a little bit, it's always identifiably Goku. You can always tell it's him, and it always looks good. Oh, sorry, I don't know how that one got in there. I'll just go ahead and close that. It always looks good. Sorry about that. I don't even know how that one got in there. So, lastly, we settle on Super Saiyan Blue Goku, which is Goku in Super. And in this particular, I actually like this outfit. I quite like this one, but I don't know if this is fan colorized. It's so difficult to find official artwork online, but there's a problem here. Again, I'm going to compare it to this image here, which I believe comes from Dragon Ball FighterZ. We'll go ahead and grayscale that, and then we'll grayscale this. And this is quite harsh for me to look at because you can see it's quite dull. Tonally, the sash and the shoes, they're all just one. Really, it is so flat. Tonally, it's very flat. But I feel like this wasn't an issue in official artwork, which makes me feel like this may be unofficial. Whereas if you look at the official artwork here, again, you have a nice distribution. You have the darks there and the midtones of the gi, and then the light tones of his flesh and his hair, which is really just well balanced. It's such a great design. I'm just I got the wig out of the box. I don't know if this is it's like the picture that I saw on the website. It's a little bit different. So I guess I'll put the wig on. So lastly, I want to discuss the first time Goku turns Super Saiyan, and why it looks so good is because the top part of his gi wears out. And you can see you have exposed the undershirt, which is dark blue, which helps accentuate the color of his Super Saiyan hair, which was the first time this was ever seen. And that helps bring more focus to that in an interesting... Okay, so I got the wig. Uh, okay, well, I guess I'll just turn the webcam on now. Thank you very much to everyone who has been supporting me through the comments and subscribing and sending supers on YouTube. I really appreciate that, and I especially want to thank the Patreon supporters. I've been sharing my development builds of some games that I'm working on, especially my homebrew games. I'll put for Patreon supporters to play development builds. They can try them early while I'm working on the games. I am also releasing royalty-free music packs, which I sell online, but I make available to free for the Patreon supporters. And if you'd like to check out some of my games, here are some that are available on the Nintendo Switch eShop at the moment. See if they're the kind of game you'd be interested in. Anyway, thank you very much. There was a lot more I wanted to talk about, but I was a little bit distracted with opening the box. There's so much to go over when it comes to Goku's design, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.